Hello, and welcome to Sleep Stories, Composers. You found your way to a quiet corner of the internet, a place where music and history meet, not in loud declarations, but in soft reflections. Here, we drift through the lives of composers. We explore their struggles, their triumphs, and the music they left behind. As you listen, you may notice your breath beginning to slow. Each inhale a little deeper, each exhale a little longer. A natural rhythm as steady as a lullaby. Each story here is told gently, carefully, like a candle flame in the dark. You'll hear of timeless creations and how these sounds, written so long ago, still touch our hearts today, still guide us, still bring us peace. This channel is for listening, for resting, for learning without effort. If your eyes grow heavy while we wander through history together, that is welcome. You don't need to hold on. You can simply let yourself drift. Thank you for being here. If you find comfort in these journeys, I invite you to like this video. And if you'd like to return to more quiet stories of music and memory, you can subscribe. That way you'll always have a soft place to come back to. A place where you can rest, reflect, and let music carry you into calm. Tonight, we begin with the story of Ludwig van Beethoven, a name that echoes across time. A man whose music could be as tender as a whisper and as powerful as a storm. A man who faced struggles, yet never stopped creating beauty. In his life, there were moments of hardship and moments of triumph, times of silence and times of soaring sound. In these rhythms, we find something familiar, something human, something that reminds us that even in difficulty, there can be light. As his story unfolds, you may allow yourself to rest more deeply, each word a step further into calm, each pause an invitation to let go. There is nowhere else you need to be, nothing you need to do. Just the sound of a story and the slow, steady rhythm of your breath. And so, our journey begins with a boy from Bonn who would grow into one of the greatest composers of all time. His story, like his music, is a path of discovery. And as you follow it, you may discover your own path to rest. Once again, welcome to Sleep Stories, Composers. The story begins now. Beethoven was born in December of 1770 in the small, bustling city of Bonn, nestled along the banks of the Rhine River. The city itself, though modest in size compared to the great cultural centers of Europe, carried a quiet charm. Cobblestone streets wound between tall, timber-framed houses, and the air carried a mixture of the river's cool mist, the aroma of freshly baked bread, and the faint, lingering notes of church bells calling the faithful to evening vespers. In this setting, young Ludwig van Beethoven began his life. A life destined to shape music for centuries to come. As you picture this scene, let yourself take a slow, deep breath. Feel your chest rise gently, and as you exhale, allow your shoulders to relax, letting the rhythm of your breath match the gentle flow of the Rhine. You may notice a calm settling over you, a softness spreading through your body, as if each cobblestone and each whisper of the river carries its own quiet weight of ease. From the very beginning, Beethoven's household was alive with sound. His father, Johann, was a musician employed at the court of the Elector of Cologne. Johann's own talents on the keyboard and violin were respectable, but his ambitions for Ludwig were intense and, at times, exacting. He envisioned a young prodigy, a child who would rival the fame of Mozart, and he pushed Ludwig relentlessly. Lessons began almost before the boy could walk with balance, and the piano, harpsichord, and violin became constant companions in the household. There were moments of joy, certainly, the discovery of a new melody, the thrill of mastering a difficult passage, but also moments of tension as Johann's temper flared when his son struggled to meet the lofty expectations. Notice the way your own body can release tension now as you see young Ludwig at the piano. Allow your hands to rest lightly in your lap, your jaw softening. With each inhale, gather calm. With each exhale, let go. Experience the sound of Beethoven's early melodies floating gently through the room, wrapping around you, guiding you to a place of quiet and ease. Yet in this strict environment, Beethoven's gifts began to emerge. He possessed an extraordinary ear, one that could catch nuances of sound that escaped most adults. When he listened to a piece of music, he seemed to absorb it entirely. Not only the notes themselves, but the underlying emotion, the tension and release, the subtle interplay between harmony and melody. Friends and neighbors would remark on the uncanny way the boy could reproduce complex pieces almost by memory alone, and it was clear that the seeds of genius were taking root. As you visualize this, notice your own mind following the music, letting thoughts drift away like leaves floating gently on the river. Each note, each sound, can carry you a little deeper into comfort. Let your eyelids feel pleasantly heavy, your body settling further into the chair or bed, soft and supported. Beyond the walls of his home, Bonn offered its own lessons. The city, though provincial, had a rich musical life. Court concerts, church performances, and public festivals provided a young Beethoven with exposure to a variety of styles. In these settings, he observed not only the execution of music, but the reaction it could evoke. He noticed how a swelling crescendo could lift the spirit, how a sudden pause could cause a collective hush, and how the voice of a single instrument could command attention even amidst a full ensemble. These experiences were subtle, perhaps almost imperceptible at first, but they shaped the sensibilities of the boy who would later be called the master of orchestral and piano expression. With every observation, allow yourself to sink a little further, envisioning the gentle echo of a concert hall, the soft resonance of strings and woodwinds. Feel your body loosening with the music, letting the sound carry away tension. The rhythm of the notes matches your own rhythm, slow and steady, lulling you into a state of calm awareness. By the age of 7, Beethoven had already begun composing small pieces of his own. Simple tunes at first, sketched on scraps of paper or practiced slowly on the keyboard, yet each one revealed the same curiosity and audacity that would define his later work. He experimented with harmony, tried out different rhythmic patterns, and listened carefully to the resonance of each chord. It was not just technical skill he displayed, but a profound musical intuition, a sense that music could be more than the repetition of patterns. It could communicate, it could move, it could tell a story. As you observe him experimenting at the piano, allow yourself to feel the gentle unfolding of creativity within your own mind. Thoughts can drift like soft clouds, floating past without effort or urgency. Your body grows heavier, sinking a little more with every breath, each exhale inviting calm deeper and deeper into your awareness. Amid these early years, Beethoven also experienced life in its fuller texture. He was not isolated in his musical pursuits, but lived within a family marked by both affection and hardship. His mother, Maria Magdalena, was gentle and nurturing, offering moments of tenderness and warmth that counterbalanced Johann's strictness. She encouraged Ludwig's creativity, quietly praising his experiments and soothing him when the weight of his father's expectations became heavy. Unfortunately, Beethoven's mother would not live to see his genius fully recognized, succumbing to illness when he was still a young teenager, a loss that left a deep imprint on his emotional life. Let yourself feel the softness of her presence, the comforting weight of reassurance, the gentle embrace of care. As you breathe, feel that same warmth filling your body, relaxing your muscles, softening your mind. Each inhale brings peace, each exhale releases any lingering tension. Despite these personal challenges, Beethoven's early exposure to music continued to expand. He studied under various local teachers, each adding their own influence to the young prodigy's growing palate. Christian Gottlob Neefe, a respected organist and composer, became a particularly important mentor. Neefe recognized Ludwig's extraordinary potential and offered both technical instruction and artistic guidance. Under Neefe's tutelage, Beethoven learned the principles of counterpoint, the subtle balance between melody and harmony, and the discipline required to translate inspiration into coherent musical expression. It was Neefe who helped Ludwig publish his first compositions, small keyboard works that hinted at the bold ideas to come. As you envision Neefe guiding young Ludwig, imagine yourself being guided as well, letting the music, the words, the story lead you into a calm, restful state. Your body becomes heavier, your mind quieter, your breathing slow and even. The world outside can fade a little as you follow the gentle unfolding of this early life. Life in Bonn also exposed Beethoven to the wider currents of culture beyond the city's immediate borders. Traveling musicians and visiting performers brought with them styles and techniques from distant courts, from the grand halls of Vienna to the operatic stages of Italy. Beethoven absorbed these influences with the intensity of someone drinking in every detail. He listened carefully to the works of Haydn, Mozart, and other contemporaries, not merely as a student, but as a thinker, analyzing the choices each composer made and considering how he might build upon or diverge from them. As you experience Beethoven listening, let your mind listen too softly, gently, without strain. Feel the music winding its way into your consciousness, carrying you further into relaxation. Allow yourself to drift as if you were floating along the gentle currents of the Rhine itself, each wave a subtle nudge toward comfort, calm, and restfulness. Amidst all of this, it is important to see the boy himself, small in stature, but formidable in presence when engaged with music. Eyes bright with concentration, fingers moving across the keyboard with surprising dexterity. Friends recalled his quiet intensity, his tendency to become completely absorbed in a passage of music or a melody he was composing. Outside of music, he was sometimes awkward, sometimes impatient, yet within the world of sound he moved with a kind of natural authority. Even at this early age, the sense that Beethoven was destined to alter the course of music was quietly, insistently present. Notice the rhythm of your own breathing matching the movements of his fingers. Feel each exhale letting go of any tension, and each inhale inviting calm. Allow your body to sink, gently, deeper and deeper into relaxation. As he grew, Beethoven's curiosity was not limited to music alone. He was a keen observer of the natural world, of people, and of the rhythms of daily life. The Rhine, with its flowing waters, offered him inspiration. He would sometimes sit for hours watching the currents, envisioning melodies in the rise and fall of the waves. Festivals, markets, and street performances brought him closer to the everyday joys and sorrows of human existence, shaping the emotional depth that would later characterize his compositions. In these moments, he was learning to see music not as an abstract discipline, but as a reflection of life itself. As you notice the river flowing, let your own thoughts drift like leaves on the water. Feel your body softening, your muscles letting go, the gentle rise and fall of your chest as you breathe in sync with the calm rhythm of the river. By the time Beethoven reached his teenage years, his reputation in Bonn had begun to grow. Audiences marveled at his skill on the keyboard, his ability to improvise, and the originality of his small compositions. Local nobility and musicians alike recognized that something extraordinary was unfolding. Yet despite these early successes, Beethoven was never content with mere recognition. He felt an inner drive, a restless energy that urged him to explore, to experiment, and to challenge the conventions of his time. This restlessness would become a defining feature of his career, a force that propelled him from the provincial streets of Bonn to the grand stages of Vienna and beyond. With this in mind, allow yourself to feel a gentle curiosity as well, a soft openness to the story, letting it unfold slowly. Every note, every breath can carry you a little further into calm, as if the music itself is guiding you toward a place of deep relaxation. It is also here, in the formative years of Bonn, that Beethoven began to develop the character traits that would both aid and challenge him throughout life. His intensity, stubbornness, and perfectionism were already evident. He could be impatient with mistakes, critical of those around him, and deeply introspective. Yet these traits were inseparable from his creative genius. They were the very qualities that allowed him to push boundaries, to compose works of astonishing depth, and to leave a lasting mark on the world of music. And so, as the boy in Bonn played his first notes and experimented with his earliest compositions, the foundations of his future were being laid. The city, the mentors, the family, the natural surroundings, all combined to shape a mind that was curious, disciplined, and unafraid of innovation. Beethoven was not merely learning music, he was learning the language through which he would later express the vast spectrum of human emotion. Even now, as we look back on these early years, it is tempting to see ourselves beside him, hearing the soft echoes of a piano in a quiet room, feeling the cool Rhine breeze on our face, watching a boy of extraordinary promise take tentative steps toward mastery. Allow yourself to notice the sensation of soft fabric beneath your fingers, the gentle weight of a piano key pressing down, and with each movement your body softening further, sinking deeper into calm. Every note Beethoven played, every melody he envisioned, carried the whispers of the city around him, the chants of the churches, the laughter of markets, the conversations of his family, and the distant hum of life along the river. These sounds, absorbed deeply into his memory, would resurface later, transformed and magnified in symphonies, sonatas, and concertos that would astonish audiences across Europe. By the time he left Bonn to pursue his studies and career elsewhere, Beethoven had already absorbed a lifetime of experiences in music, emotion, and human observation. The foundations of his genius were firmly in place, built from early inspirations, disciplined study, and a restless curiosity that would never be fully sated. Bonn had given him his first lessons, not only in music, but in life, in resilience, in passion, and in the enduring power of creativity. And, as we pause here, experiencing Ludwig van Beethoven as a boy at the threshold of his extraordinary journey, take a slow, deep breath and let the day, the thoughts, and the noise fade just a little more. Feel the comfort of the chair or bed beneath you. Notice your body becoming pleasantly heavy, and allow a sense of quiet wonder to settle over your mind. Here, at the beginning of Beethoven's story, you too can rest, soft and calm, letting the gentle currents of his early life carry you into stillness. As Beethoven grew older, the young prodigy began to emerge from the sheltered walls of his family home and step into the wider world of music. The cobblestone streets of Bonn, the whispering Rhine, and the familiar melodies of his early studies had laid the foundation, and now the boy was ready to test the limits of his talent. By the time he was around 12 or 13, his compositions were no longer merely exercises or small experiments. They began to take shape as works with their own voice, echoing the emotions he felt, the sounds he absorbed, and the endless curiosity that defined him. Picture, for a moment, the quiet of a dimly lit room. Candlelight flickers against the walls, illuminating a small keyboard. You hear the soft, deliberate tapping of young fingers pressing keys. With each note, the room seems to breathe, expanding gently with the sound. Allow yourself to feel the calm of this scene, your own body relaxing as you see Beethoven composing, each note guiding you to a place of ease and comfort. Beethoven's earliest compositions reveal a remarkable blend of structure and imagination. Simple piano sonatas and small keyboard pieces already carried his signature sense of movement and contrast. He experimented with rhythm, exploring the tension between expectation and surprise. He was fascinated by melody, constantly refining the shape of a musical line until it seemed to speak as clearly as any sentence. Even in these early works, there is a sense of his mind reaching beyond the ordinary, a quiet insistence that music could convey depth, emotion, and a story all at once. As you visualize these small compositions unfolding, feel your own thoughts drifting gently like clouds moving across a soft evening sky. Notice your breathing slowing, chest rising and falling steadily, muscles softening with each exhale. Allow the music of Beethoven's imagination to mingle with your own sense of calm, creating a gentle harmony that wraps around you. Public performances soon followed, and with them, the first glimpses of Beethoven's extraordinary stage presence. Though still young, he could command attention with a combination of skill and natural charisma. Audiences were often struck not just by his technical prowess, but by the emotional depth of his playing. He had a remarkable ability to convey feeling through sound alone, and even those unfamiliar with music could sense the power of what he created. Let yourself experience being in one of these early performances. The soft rustle of the audience, the gentle flicker of candles, the faint scent of wood and ink in the concert hall. As Beethoven's hands move over the keys, feel a wave of calm wash over you. Each note is like a gentle tide, carrying tension away from your body, allowing your shoulders, your jaw, your hands, and your legs to release completely, sinking further into comfort. Despite these public successes, Beethoven remained a meticulous student, constantly revising and refining his work. He understood that mastery was not achieved through talent alone, but through patient observation, persistent effort, and an unwavering dedication to craft. He spent hours dissecting the works of other composers, analyzing the choices they made, and considering how he could expand upon or transform those ideas. This dedication to study was both rigorous and meditative, a process that demanded focus, yet offered profound satisfaction when ideas aligned and melodies took shape. As you consider this, allow your own mind to follow a similar rhythm. Inhale slowly, collecting energy and focus. Exhale gently, releasing any lingering tension. See the process of refinement, the careful shaping of ideas, not only in Beethoven's compositions, but in your own experience. Let each breath mirror the deliberate movements of the young composer's hands, slow and steady, calming and restorative. One of Beethoven's first publicly recognized compositions was a set of keyboard variations, small works that revealed both technical skill and imaginative flair. These variations, performed in local salons and gatherings, were met with admiration and curiosity. They showed a young composer willing to push boundaries, experimenting with harmony, rhythm, and phrasing. There was an audacious energy in these pieces, a quiet rebellion against predictability, even at a tender age. Hear these variations now, softly, in your mind. The notes flow like a gentle stream, rising and falling with ease, carrying you along with them. Feel your body respond to the rhythm, not in tension, but in release. Each exhale allows you to sink a little further, each inhale bringing a sense of peace, as if the music itself is guiding you toward comfort and stillness. Beyond his solo compositions, Beethoven began collaborating with other musicians, forming early ensembles and performing in intimate settings. He observed the interplay of instruments, the subtle dialogue between violin and keyboard, between voice and accompaniment. He began to understand music as a conversation, a living exchange of emotion and intention, and this understanding would later become central to his symphonies and chamber works. As you envision these early ensembles, notice the gentle harmony of multiple voices blending together. Let your own thoughts align with this harmony, softening and merging, as if your mind were another instrument in the room. Feel a sense of balance settling over your body, muscles letting go, eyelids growing heavy, and the steady, comforting rhythm of your breath guiding you deeper into calm. Despite his growing recognition, Beethoven faced personal challenges. His father's strict expectations remained a source of pressure, and the death of his mother weighed heavily on him. Yet these difficulties seemed to fuel his artistry rather than diminish it. He channeled emotion into his work, transforming grief, frustration, and longing into melodies and harmonies that resonated deeply with listeners. The intensity of his inner life, already present in Bonn, became a defining element of his creative identity. As you reflect on this, allow your own emotions to settle gently, as if they were being carried downstream. Inhale calm, exhale tension. Feel grief or frustration floating away on the gentle current, leaving your mind soft and serene, ready to follow the music wherever it leads. By his mid-teens, Beethoven's compositions were more ambitious. He explored sonatas, concertos, and chamber pieces that displayed a growing command of musical language. He experimented with unusual modulations, dynamic contrasts, and bold harmonic shifts. Even in these early works, there is a sense of voice, of personality, and of daring that set him apart from his contemporaries. He was not content to merely imitate. He sought to innovate, to express something entirely his own. Allow yourself to experience the feeling of creation itself, the gentle thrill of discovering something new. Each note Beethoven plays is a soft guide, encouraging your mind to drift, to release, and to experience calm curiosity. Feel your body responding, letting go of tension with each movement, each imagined chord resonating through your awareness. Beethoven's early performances were not limited to music halls and salons. He often played for private audiences, including nobility who recognized his talent and offered support. These experiences exposed him to the expectations and tastes of a wider audience, teaching him to communicate emotion effectively through sound. They also introduced him to the social dimensions of music, the subtle etiquette, the interplay of admiration and critique, and the responsibility of a performer to convey meaning with integrity and depth. As you see these private performances, feel the gentle intimacy of the moment. Let the music settle around you like a soft blanket, allowing your body to sink deeper into comfort. Each breath becomes slower, calmer, and more rhythmic, matching the flow of the notes and the quiet pulse of the room. Through all of this, Beethoven remained intensely curious and experimental. He would often improvise at the keyboard, creating intricate variations and exploring unusual harmonies on the spot. Improvisation became a means of self-expression, a way to test ideas, and a method of connecting with both the music and his audience. The freedom and spontaneity of these moments nurtured his confidence and artistic voice, preparing him for the greater challenges that awaited him beyond Bonn. Notice the ease of improvisation in your mind, the gentle unfolding of creative thought without judgment or hurry. Allow yourself to drift alongside Beethoven, letting the imagination flow freely, body softening, breath steady, and mind calm. The music becomes a gentle current, carrying you into stillness. By the end of his teenage years, Beethoven had established himself as a composer and performer of remarkable promise. He had begun to understand the power of music to express emotion, to move an audience, and to reflect the complexities of life itself. The streets of Bonn, the teachers who guided him, the family who nurtured him, and the audiences who listened, all contributed to shaping a young man whose genius was beginning to shine. As you experience the closing of this period in his life, Take a slow, deep breath and feel the steady rhythm of your own body. Let the quiet satisfaction of accomplishment, even sensed in this way, settle around you, carrying a sense of peace and gentle anticipation for what is yet to come. Beethoven's early compositions and performances were more than exercises or milestones. They were the first steps on a path that would eventually lead to the creation of symphonies, concertos, and sonatas that would echo across centuries. They show a young man discovering not only his talent, but the joy, discipline, and emotional depth that music could offer. And as you rest here, following him in mind's eye, feel a similar discovery within yourself, a gentle awareness of calm creativity and presence, flowing softly, easily, naturally. With this thought, allow your body and mind to sink even deeper, letting the story of Beethoven's early compositions guide you toward a state of serenity. Each note, each softly envisioned performance, is a gentle pulse in your awareness. Beethoven's journey to Vienna marked a significant turning point in his life. The city, grand and vibrant, pulsed with the energy of art, culture, and ambition. Its streets were alive with carriages, merchants, and musicians, all converging in a space where creativity seemed to float through the air like a gentle perfume. For the young composer, the city offered a promise of opportunity, a chance to refine his craft under the guidance of great masters and to present his music to audiences who would recognize its power. Picture yourself walking beside him, the soft echo of hooves on cobblestones, the distant murmur of conversation, the faint scent of warm bread from a nearby bakery blending with the crisp air. Feel your body relaxing as you take each slow, gentle breath, letting the rhythm of the city and the rhythm of your breath fall into harmony. Vienna was a city of contrasts, a place where opulence met simplicity, where grandeur and intimacy coexisted in the same street or concert hall. Beethoven was both exhilarated and daunted by the scale of his new environment. The buildings seemed taller, the music louder, the expectations greater. Yet within this expanse, he sensed a world that matched the depth and intensity of his imagination. Every alleyway, every hall, every quiet courtyard seemed to hold a lesson or a melody waiting to be discovered. As you picture these streets, notice the sensations in your own body. Feel your muscles releasing tension, your shoulders softening, your jaw unclenching. Let the gentle pace of your steps match the cadence of the city, each exhale letting you sink a little deeper into calm. The energy of Vienna becomes a quiet, sustaining force, guiding your mind and body into serenity. Upon arrival, Beethoven sought instruction from some of the finest musicians of the time. Joseph Haydn, a composer of international renown, was one of his primary mentors. Studying with Haydn was both an honor and a challenge. Beethoven absorbed the lessons of structure, form, and counterpoint with dedication, while simultaneously seeking to explore the boundaries of musical expression. Haydn's influence was undeniable, yet Beethoven's ambition and curiosity often led him down paths that diverged from his teacher's guidance, hinting at the individuality and boldness that would define his later works. Picture sitting quietly in a sunlit room as Beethoven practices under the watchful eye of his mentor. Each key pressed is deliberate, each chord a step toward mastery. As you breathe in sync with the flow of music, feel your own body growing heavier, more relaxed. Each exhale allows your mind to drift gently, your thoughts softening, and your attention drawn solely to the beauty of the notes. In these early lessons, Beethoven would sometimes pause, closing his eyes to hear the music in his mind before it reached his fingers. Notice the way your own attention can soften, following each imagined note as it blooms in the quiet space. Let your thoughts drift slowly, untangling from worries, and feel your body sinking more deeply with every exhale. The city itself became a living classroom. Vienna's salons, theaters, and concert halls offered a constant stream of inspiration. Performances by established musicians, operas filled with dramatic tension, and the subtle harmonies of chamber ensembles all contributed to Beethoven's evolving understanding of music. He observed not just technique, but the emotional impact of sound. The way a well-timed pause could evoke suspense, or a sudden shift in harmony could stir longing or joy. Every performance became a lesson, every listener's reaction a reflection of music's profound power. As you feel these performances in your mind, allow your awareness to soften. Let the swell of orchestral sound carry away any lingering tension. Each note is a gentle wave, lapping at the edges of your consciousness, encouraging your body to sink deeper, your mind to drift with ease, your eyelids growing pleasantly heavy. In Vienna, Beethoven's reputation as a performer and composer began to grow. He played in aristocratic salons, impressing patrons with both his technical skill and the expressiveness of his interpretations. These early successes brought recognition, but they also carried pressure. Beethoven was acutely aware that talent alone would not secure his place in Vienna's musical life. Discipline, persistence, and originality were essential. He dedicated himself to practice with unwavering intensity, often spending hours at the keyboard, lost in the interplay of sound and thought. Feel yourself settling more fully as you sense these quiet hours of focus. The soft rhythm of fingers on keys becomes a gentle metronome for your own breathing. Inhale slowly, gathering calm and presence. Exhale fully, letting go of tension. Each note felt in your mind invites your body to relax even further. Each imagined chord a lullaby for your senses. Beethoven's evenings often involved long walks through the city, allowing melodies to take shape as he strolled beneath the flickering glow of street lamps. Let your own mind wander along these quiet streets, feeling the weight of your body supported, each step in rhythm with your breath. Notice how your shoulders loosen, your chest expands gently, and your mind drifts freely along the soft currents of thought, carrying calm and ease with it. Despite the excitement of the city, Beethoven also faced challenges. He missed the familiarity of Bonn, the quiet of the Rhine, and the support of his family. Yet these feelings of distance and longing found their way into his compositions, giving depth and intensity to the music he created. There is a subtle beauty in this blending of ambition with reflection, in the way emotion can be transformed into harmony, melody, and rhythm. As you follow this process, let your own mind drift, carrying away the weight of expectations or concerns. Feel each breath softening the body, each note in your mind drawing you into serenity. Sense your arms and legs releasing tension, your chest rising and falling with gentle ease, your mind floating gently in the calm rhythm of the music. Beethoven's time in Vienna also exposed him to the complexities of social and professional life. He navigated salons filled with patrons, critics, and fellow musicians, learning to balance artistry with diplomacy, expression with expectation. These experiences honed his understanding not only of music, but of the human condition. The delicate interplay of praise and critique, admiration and envy, opportunity and challenge. Every encounter contributed to the depth of character that would later infuse his compositions with unparalleled emotional richness. Feel these interactions as gentle ripples across a still pond. Each ripple passes without effort, without tension, leaving the surface calm and reflective. Your body mirrors this calm, muscles soft, mind quiet, eyelids heavy and at ease. Each imagined conversation, each performance drifts by like soft clouds, carrying only serenity and gentle awareness. Through these years in Vienna, Beethoven's compositions became more ambitious and expressive. He experimented with new forms, explored daring harmonies, and pushed the boundaries of musical expectation. Improvisation remained central, offering a space for spontaneity, emotion, and insight. Each work was a step forward, a blending of study, observation, and inner vision. As you follow these moments of creation, let your mind float beside him. Picture the gentle unfolding of each new idea, the soft rise and fall of melodic lines, the intricate dance of harmony. Allow your body to sink deeper into comfort, your breathing slow and steady, your awareness gently expanding with every imagined chord. Beethoven's improvisations often carried him into uncharted territories of sound, sometimes leading to sudden, surprising turns. Let your own thoughts drift along with these discoveries, free of judgment, carried by the gentle current of curiosity and calm. Feel your body respond, softening with each ebb and flow, each note guiding you into deeper relaxation. By the time Beethoven was establishing himself in Vienna, his artistic voice had begun to resonate clearly. He was recognized not just as a prodigy, but as a composer of originality and depth. The city, with all its grandeur and complexity, had shaped him, challenged him, and inspired him. Vienna became both a home and a stage, a place where ambition, talent, and imagination could converge. Let the city dissolve into a gentle landscape of sound and light in your mind. The streets, the concert halls, the soft murmurs of patrons, all become a backdrop for relaxation. Feel the weight of your body pressing softly into your chair or bed, each exhale carrying tension away, each inhale inviting calm and ease. Let your mind float gently, guided by the music and the story unfolding in your awareness. Beethoven's arrival in Vienna was more than a physical journey. It was the beginning of a transformation. Here he would encounter the influences, challenges, and inspirations that would shape his greatest works. And as you rest here, following him in quiet awareness, notice how your own mind and body are carried along, each note, each breath, each scene guiding you into deeper calm and gentle reflection. In Vienna, Beethoven's talent began to capture attention. Audiences were drawn not only to his technical skill, but to the intensity and depth of feeling he conveyed in every performance. Even in his early compositions, there was a voice that felt new, fresh, and alive. A voice that spoke to both the intellect and the heart. Picture yourself in one of the salons where he played, the soft murmur of conversation fading as his fingers move across the keys. Feel the warmth of the room, the gentle hush of listeners leaning in, and allow your own body to soften and sink into relaxation. Each note carries you a little deeper, each chord a gentle wave guiding your mind and muscles into calm. Beethoven's early works were marked by both mastery and daring. He drew inspiration from the classical tradition, learning from the compositions of Mozart and Haydn, yet he was never content to simply follow. Even in small pieces, he experimented with bold harmonies, dramatic contrasts, and inventive rhythms. These early compositions hinted at a mind constantly exploring, seeking to stretch the boundaries of expression and create music that was uniquely his own. Let these works unfold in your awareness, like leaves drifting slowly along a quiet river. Feel the rhythm of your breath harmonizing with the flow of the music. Each exhale softens tension. Each inhale invites ease. Let your body grow heavier, more grounded, as the story and music intertwine with your consciousness. With each successful performance, Beethoven gained patrons and supporters who recognized his extraordinary promise. The city's musical elite began to watch him closely, offering opportunities to play, compose, and expand his influence. These connections were vital, opening doors to commissions, collaborations, and experiences that would shape the trajectory of his career. Notice the subtle energy of recognition surrounding you, like sunlight filtering through a gentle morning mist. Allow warmth and calm to settle in your body, a quiet assurance spreading across your mind. Each inhale brings ease, each exhale releases lingering tension, letting the atmosphere of creativity and support envelop you. Beethoven's early works included piano sonatas, chamber pieces, and small orchestral compositions. Each was crafted with care, reflecting both discipline and imagination. He was meticulous, revising and refining until every note resonated with clarity. His music often carried a sense of narrative, as if telling a story without words, and listeners were drawn to the emotional journeys he created. Feel these pieces weaving through your awareness. Each imagined note pulses softly, guiding your attention toward relaxation. Let the music sweep through your senses, inviting quiet focus, gentle calm, and the comforting heaviness of release. Even as recognition grew, Beethoven's personal intensity remained. He was deeply invested in his art, sometimes impatient with himself and others, yet this passion fueled his creativity. The combination of discipline, emotional depth, and relentless curiosity allowed him to craft works that were both technically impressive and profoundly moving. Notice the rhythm of your own body mirroring this flow, soft, steady, and calm. Each breath becomes a companion to the music, each exhale letting go of strain, each inhale welcoming serenity. Let the melodies wrap around you like a soft, comforting presence, leading you toward stillness. During this period, Beethoven also began to explore the subtleties of expression more fully. He experimented with dynamics, articulation, and phrasing, learning to convey nuance and emotion with precision. Audiences responded not only to the technical brilliance of his playing, but to the sense that each performance was alive, breathing with feeling. Sit quietly in the glow of candlelight, listening to one of these early performances. Feel your muscles softening, chest rising and falling with gentle ease. Each note resonates through your awareness, each pause a moment to sink further into calm. Your mind drifts effortlessly, carried by the melody, as your body relaxes completely. Beethoven's growing reputation brought both opportunity and expectation. He performed in increasingly prestigious venues, composed for patrons and public concerts, and navigated the complex social world of Vienna's musical circles. Yet even amidst these demands, he maintained a focus on personal growth and artistic integrity, determined to create music that was meaningful, expressive, and enduring. Sense the calm confidence within him, and allow it to inspire a similar stillness in yourself. Breathe deeply and gently, feeling peace filling your chest. Each breath allows you to settle further, each exhale releasing tension, your body softening like warm wax, your mind floating peacefully in the gentle rhythm of the music. By the late 1790s, Beethoven had composed works that revealed his unique voice. His early piano sonatas demonstrated not only technical mastery, but his ability to convey narrative and emotion, to move listeners in profound ways. The seeds of the monumental works to come were already evident in these compositions. Notice the ebb and flow of each movement in your awareness. Let your body respond with softness and release, muscles melting, spine gently lengthening as your consciousness floats in harmony with the imagined music. The melodies carry you deeper into calm, each harmony a soft reminder of ease and comfort. Throughout this time, Beethoven's life balanced public recognition with personal reflection. The applause of audiences, encouragement of patrons, and validation of peers contrasted with moments of solitude, self-doubt, and contemplation. Within these quiet spaces, much of his creativity was nurtured, giving birth to ideas that would shape his most celebrated works. Sit alongside him in one of these quiet moments, at the piano, listening to the soft echo of an unfinished composition. Feel your body soften, eyelids growing heavy, breathing slow and even. Let the silence between notes guide you into relaxation, each pause an invitation to release tension and sink further into calm. Beethoven's early recognition in Vienna set the stage for a career that would transcend the ordinary. It provided a foundation of experience, exposure, and confidence upon which he would build symphonies, concertos, and chamber works that remain timeless today. Yet even amidst success, the young composer remained deeply grounded in the joy of creation, the curiosity that had propelled him since Bonn, and the quiet wonder of translating emotion into music. Let the city, performances, and quiet moments of composition drift around you like a soft current. Feel your body supported and heavy, mind soft and receptive, breath slow, steady, and comforting. Allow the story of Beethoven's early recognition to carry you gently forward, a lullaby of sound, ambition, and calm reflection. With each note, each softly envisioned performance, your awareness deepens, carried by the flow of creativity, immersed in the subtle energy of inspiration and mastery. Let the music and story guide you into deep relaxation, a serene space where every detail, every scene, and every imagined sound invites stillness and gentle calm. Even as Beethoven's reputation grew, life began to present challenges that would test his resilience and shape his music in profound ways. In his late 20s, he noticed a troubling change. His hearing, once keen and precise, began to fade. At first, it was subtle, a ringing in the ears, difficulty discerning certain notes. But over time, the reality became undeniable. For a man whose life revolved around sound, this loss was both terrifying and transformative. Picture the quiet of a room, once filled with the richness of every note, now softened, edges of sound gently diffused. Allow your body to sink comfortably into the surface beneath you, releasing any tension, and let your mind sense this experience with empathy. Each breath slows and deepens. Exhale, carrying away worry. Inhale, bringing calm awareness, a sense of steadiness amidst uncertainty. Yet even as the world of sound dimmed, Beethoven's inner music remained vivid, resonant, and alive. He discovered a new dimension of listening, not with ears, but with mind and soul. Ideas for composition flowed freely, perfectly clear in his imagination. The melodies and harmonies lived within him, waiting for the hands to translate them into sound. This shift, though painful, marked the beginning of a remarkable phase of creativity, a period in which his inner ear became his greatest instrument. As you sense this inner listening, allow your awareness to settle gently. Thoughts drift softly like clouds moving across a calm sky, each one dissolving into quiet. Your body grows heavier, muscles relaxing, breath establishing a gentle, steady rhythm that echoes the music of the mind. Beethoven's response to his hearing loss was both courageous and transformative. He immersed himself in study, composition, and performance, determined not to let his condition define his potential. Letters reveal his anguish, fear, and frustration, yet also his unwavering commitment to music. This combination of vulnerability and determination would fuel some of his most profound works, imbuing them with emotional depth, complexity, and intensity. Envision the young composer, seated at a piano in a quiet room, the world outside fading away, his focus entirely inward. Feel yourself sinking into the stillness of this moment. Each exhale releases tension. Each inhale brings calm, your body becoming a vessel for gentle reflection. The energy of creativity flows around you, soothing and comforting. During this period, Beethoven composed works that would later be celebrated as revolutionary. The sonatas, string quartets, and symphonies of this time exhibit boldness, experimentation, and remarkable emotional range. They demonstrate a mind unbound by circumstance, capable of conceiving sounds no longer audible. The intensity of his inner life gave rise to music that resonates across centuries, touching listeners with its depth, complexity, and humanity. As these compositions take form within your awareness, allow your body and mind to follow the flow of creation. Each note is a gentle wave, each harmony a pulse, carrying you deeper into relaxation. Shoulders release, Jaw softens, legs grow heavy, and your consciousness drifts peacefully, carried by the music unfolding in your mind. The onset of deafness also brought solitude. Beethoven withdrew at times, confronting the isolation his condition imposed. Yet solitude, though challenging, became a space for deep reflection, fearless experimentation, and exploration of the inner landscapes of emotion and imagination. Every idea could be tested, refined, and expanded in this quiet sanctuary. Settle into a space of calm. The outside world distant, awareness soft and unhurried. Each breath releases tension. Each exhale carries away concern. Each inhale invites serenity. The stillness becomes a gentle canvas, ready to hold music and story, a space of peaceful contemplation. Amidst these personal challenges, Beethoven's character and resolve deepened. He faced the reality of his condition with honesty and determination, refusing to let it diminish his ambition or artistic vision. This courage, paired with extraordinary talent, would define the next phase of his life, the heroic period. The heroic period marked a shift in both life and music. Beethoven's compositions became more dramatic, expansive, and assertive. Symphonies, overtures, and sonatas took on scale and intensity previously unseen. The music conveyed struggle, triumph, and profound emotion, reflecting the inner battles he faced and the resilience with which he met them. As the heroic music rises, feel your awareness expand gently and comfortably. Each chord resonates in your body, each dramatic pause invites release, and the flow of sound guides your breath into a slow, steady rhythm. Let the power of resilience and the beauty of creative triumph wash over you, softening tension and encouraging deep relaxation. Despite personal hardships, Beethoven's social and professional life in Vienna continued. He performed, composed, and interacted with patrons and fellow musicians, building relationships that supported and inspired his work. Accounts reveal both the intensity of these interactions and the meticulous care with which he crafted each note. His focus was absolute, devotion unwavering, and his music a reflection of inner struggle and artistic mastery. Sense the quiet strength of this composer, determined and focused, and allow that strength to settle in your own awareness. Muscles soften, chest rises and falls with calm ease, mind floating gently on the rhythm of breath and thought. Each moment of Beethoven's dedication becomes a lullaby for your senses, each note a soft guide into serenity. Even as deafness advanced, Beethoven's ability to communicate through music never diminished. It deepened. The challenges he faced intensified the emotional and philosophical depth of his works, giving rise to compositions that remain compelling today. Every struggle, moment of introspection, and triumph over limitation shaped music that continues to move and inspire. Allow your body and mind to release completely. Each breath slows, each exhale softens, each inhale restores. The story of resilience, creativity, and inner strength carries you deeper, a soothing current guiding your awareness toward calm, comfort, and rest. Beethoven's personal challenges, including deafness, were not merely trials, they were catalysts for transformation. They shaped the music, the life, and the legacy of a man who redefined creation, perseverance, and inspiration. Let this story carry your mind and body into a state of deep relaxation, a gentle, restorative calm flowing forward peacefully with each note, pause, and breath. As Beethoven moved into his early 30s, his music began to take on a new breadth, intensity, and dramatic vision. This period, often called his heroic period, marked a profound transformation, where his compositions reflected not only technical mastery, but also bold, emotional, and philosophical insight. Each work carried a sense of struggle and triumph, as if the music itself were rising from hardship into brilliance, a mirror of the human spirit in motion. Picture a quiet space as a symphony begins to unfold. The first note stirs softly, gradually gaining momentum, filling the room with purpose and resonance. Feel your body soften with each sound, shoulders melting, jaw unclenching, muscles releasing tension. Each note becomes a wave of calm and focus, carrying your awareness deeper into the story, a gentle journey into the heart of music. During this time, Beethoven composed some of his most iconic works, including symphonies that would define an era. These pieces were larger in scale, filled with dramatic contrasts, heroic themes, and expansive emotional arcs. The music spoke directly to the human experience, joy and sorrow, struggle and triumph, tension and release. Each composition became a journey, both for the performer and the listener. Allow yourself to follow one of these journeys. The melody rises like the first light of dawn, soft yet insistent. Your breath matches the ebb and flow of sound, slow and steady, rising with each crescendo, releasing with each gentle fall. Feel yourself moving along a river of music, each wave carrying relaxation, calm, and clarity deeper into your body. Even as his fame grew, Beethoven's life was not without challenge. His deafness progressed, isolating him from the world around him. Yet this limitation seemed to intensify his inner vision. He could imagine entire orchestras, every instrument, every harmony, with perfect clarity, composing in his mind before touching a single key. This extraordinary ability allowed him to create works of unprecedented scope, depth, and emotional intensity. Step into that quiet space with him, a room filled only with the vision of sound. Let the music unfold around you, every note a gentle pulse guiding your awareness. Breathing slows naturally, chest rising and falling with ease, muscles softening, mind drifting alongside the melodies forming in his imagination. The heroic compositions often contained bold contrasts, soft passages followed by powerful climaxes, tension resolved with grace, moments of introspection giving way to exuberant expression. Each piece seemed alive, breathing with emotion and intent. Beethoven's music from this period communicates courage, determination, and resilience, reflecting the inner strength that allowed him to overcome personal hardships. Notice these contrasts within your own awareness. Inhale the calm of a soft passage. Exhale the release of tension in a triumphant chord. Allow your body to sway gently with the rhythm of the imagined music. Each note a wave of relaxation, each pause a soft invitation to sink deeper into comfort. During the heroic period, Beethoven's piano sonatas and concertos reached unprecedented levels of complexity and expression. The piano became a voice not only for technical brilliance, but for profound narrative, conveying struggle, resolve, and emotional intensity. Audiences were captivated not just by virtuosity, but by the depth of feeling embedded in every note. Feel the sensation of fingers brushing softly over the keys, each motion echoing the music around you. Let the waves of sound ripple through your arms and hands, releasing tension with every chord. Your body grows heavier, more relaxed, and your mind settles into serene awareness, carried by the flow of music forming in your imagination. Beethoven's symphonies of this period, including the monumental Third Symphony, the Eroica, exemplify his heroic vision. The music embodies courage, struggle, and ultimate triumph, moving through turbulent passages and soaring melodies that reflect a journey from adversity to victory. Even in the face of personal pain and isolation, Beethoven's art remained expansive, fearless, and uncompromising. Sense yourself immersed in the audience, surrounded by the swell of orchestral sound. Feel the vibrations resonate through your body, each note guiding awareness downward, releasing tension, softening every muscle. Inhale deeply as the music rises. Exhale slowly as it resolves, allowing each passage to carry you further into calm and gentle relaxation. The heroic works also reflect Beethoven's philosophical engagement with humanity. Themes of freedom, resilience, and the nobility of the human spirit are woven into the music, offering listeners a sense of hope and transcendence. This is music that not only entertains but uplifts, reminding us of the power of perseverance, courage, and inner strength. Absorb these themes as they flow, letting your mind drift with the rhythm and motion of the music. Feel quiet empowerment, a gentle awareness of your own strength, softening tension and allowing breath to guide you deeper into relaxation. Each note affirms resilience. Each melody offers a path toward inner calm. Beethoven's creative process during this period was intense, disciplined, and deeply immersive. He worked for hours, composing, revising, and refining music with meticulous care. His focus was absolute, and despite the challenges of deafness, he continued to innovate, experimenting with form, harmony, and orchestration in ways that would forever change classical music. Observe the composer at work, absorbed in his vision. Let your awareness flow alongside him, softening and releasing tension, body sinking into a gentle, supportive surface. Each note, each orchestral texture carries your mind into calm focus and deep relaxation. The heroic period represents a culmination of Beethoven's growth, a fusion of experience, struggle, and creativity. It is a period of boldness and emotional depth, where music mirrors the human spirit, reflecting both challenges and triumphs. Rest here, feeling yourself carried along by the same currents of courage, creativity, and serenity that guided Beethoven's hand. Allow the music of the heroic period to wash over you, a gentle tide of sound and emotion. Shoulders release, back softens, hands and legs melt comfortably. Inhale the calm of a quiet passage, exhale tension in a triumphant chord. Let the story, the music, and your breath guide you deeper into rest, comfort, and gentle awareness, each note carrying you towards serenity. Notice too the subtle moments within the music, the delicate shifts, the pauses pregnant with meaning, the quiet introspection that frames a soaring climax. Let these moments resonate in your body and mind, softening thought and muscle alike, allowing stillness and reflection to mingle with the waves of sound. Finally, as the heroic music lingers in your imagination, feel a sense of completion and balance. The journey through tension and release, struggle and triumph, mirrors your own inner resilience. Let the echoes of Beethoven's courage, vision, and artistry settle within you, carrying a gentle warmth and calm that remains long after the music fades. Even as Beethoven's music reached unprecedented heights, his life was often marked by struggle and introspection. His deafness continued to progress, isolating him from the world and forcing him to navigate life in silence. Social interactions became challenging, and yet, within this solitude, he discovered a profound depth of inner reflection and creativity. Settle into a quiet, softly lit space, feeling the surface beneath you support your body completely. Notice the gentle weight of your arms and legs, the calm rise and fall of your chest. Each breath slows naturally, each exhale releases tension, while each inhale invites a soothing energy to flow through you. You are safe, present, and relaxed, allowing the story of Beethoven's life to carry you forward. Beethoven's solitude was not merely a limitation. It became a source of inspiration. Hours were spent alone, composing, revising, and developing music in intricate detail. In this stillness, he could hear every note clearly in his mind, shaping melodies and harmonies with extraordinary precision. The silence surrounding him became a space where creativity flourished uninterrupted. Picture the composer at work, candlelight casting a gentle glow on pages of music. Let your own body release further tension as you follow his focus. Shoulders soften, Jaw unclenches, spine lengthens. Breathing deepens naturally, carrying calm through every part of your body as your awareness aligns with the quiet intensity of the music. Yet solitude also brought emotional challenges. Beethoven struggled with frustration, loneliness, and the longing for connection. He desired companionship, yet his deafness and intense personality created barriers. Letters from this time reveal both anguish and determination, showing a man who persisted in creating music of lasting significance. Consider these feelings as gentle clouds drifting across a calm sky. Watch them pass without resistance. Let your muscles soften, body grow heavier, and awareness expand peacefully. Each breath brings calm. Each exhale releases tension, carrying you deeper into relaxation alongside the story of Beethoven's resilience. During this period, Beethoven also faced personal conflicts, including strained family relationships and challenges with patrons. Yet these difficulties often fueled his artistry. Music became a channel to express the complexities of his inner life, the frustrations, longings, and fleeting joys that marked his existence. Visualize a quiet afternoon with him at the piano, the outside world muted. Each note he plays or forms in his mind resonates with emotional depth. Allow your own awareness to settle into the rhythm of this music, each chord a gentle wave carrying you further into calm, each pause inviting you to sink more deeply into comfort. The intensity of Beethoven's inner life during this time is evident in the compositions he produced. His works reveal both struggle and transcendence, alternating between tension and serene reflection. The music explores the depths of human experience, evoking complex emotion and profound introspection. Follow the unfolding of these compositions with your breath. Inhale slowly, gathering presence and ease. Exhale gently, releasing tension. Each note becomes a gentle guide, a soft pulse leading awareness deeper into tranquility, as if the music itself accompanies you in quiet reflection. Beethoven continued to innovate despite these challenges, experimenting with form, rhythm, and harmony. Solitude offered him freedom to explore ideas fully, producing works that were daring and profound. His creativity thrived in quiet, transforming isolation into a space of imaginative possibility. Allow yourself to settle into this peaceful solitude, the world outside fading. Music and story become your companions. With every breath, body softens completely, muscles melting gently into support, while awareness drifts with ease and calm. Letters from this time reveal moments of joy, humor, and connection with friends who understood him. These human interactions, small yet meaningful, highlight the balance between solitude and companionship, a balance shaping both Beethoven and his music. Sense these moments of quiet companionship, soft and comforting. Let warmth flow through your awareness. Each inhale brings calm. Each exhale releases tension, body growing heavier, more relaxed, mind floating peacefully with the story. Beethoven's solitude and personal challenges ultimately enriched his music. The introspection, struggle, and perseverance in his life during this period are embedded in every note, pause, and harmonic choice. The depth of his inner world became the foundation for works that continue to inspire centuries later. As you reflect on this, allow yourself to sink even deeper into comfort. Breathing slows naturally, each exhale releases remaining tension. Awareness floats in gentle calm. The story of Beethoven's challenges and solitude guides you into a restorative space where creativity, reflection, and relaxation coexist effortlessly. In these quiet hours of reflection and composition, Beethoven's music matured into works of unparalleled emotional depth. Trials did not diminish his spirit. They transformed it, infusing his art with resilience, intensity, and humanity. Rest here, carried by the rhythm of his story, each note and gentle pause leading you further into serenity, calm, and quiet reflection. As Beethoven entered the later years of his life, his music took on a profound sense of introspection, philosophical depth, and emotional subtlety. The trials he had faced, deafness, solitude, personal struggles, had shaped not only his character but also his art, transforming each composition into a reflection on the human experience. The melodies became meditative journeys, the harmonies expansive and intricate, and the rhythms carried a quiet but unwavering sense of purpose, as though each note had been carefully placed to illuminate life itself. Picture a soft, early evening light streaming through a tall window, spilling gently across a quiet room. Beethoven sits at the piano or at his desk, sheets of music spread before him. Though the world outside has grown quieter, his mind hums with sound, alive with intricate rhythms, delicate harmonies, and profound melodies. Each breath slows naturally, each exhale releases tension, and each inhale invites calm, steady awareness. You are safe, fully present, and at peace. During this period, Beethoven composed works considered some of his most innovative and moving. The late string quartets, in particular, reveal layers of complexity and emotional depth that challenge both performer and listener. Themes of struggle, contemplation, and transcendence weave through the music, flowing gracefully between tension and resolution, dissonance and harmony. These compositions are more than sound. They are meditations on life, expressions of resilience, and celebrations of the human imagination. Sense the notes of a quartet resonating through your awareness like gentle waves, each chord carrying a subtle calming energy. Let each pause be an invitation to release tension. Feel your body growing heavier, muscles softening, and your mind drifting effortlessly, carried along by the ebb and flow of music that feels alive and present. Beethoven's late piano sonatas similarly reflect his philosophical depth. Each movement unfolds slowly, thoughtfully, revealing a mind that has witnessed the full spectrum of human experience. Joy and sorrow, struggle and serenity, interweave in intricate patterns, expressing insights that go beyond words. The music encourages reflection, deep listening, and connection to the inner life. Place your hands lightly above the keys, even if only in imagination, following the gentle rise and fall of the sonata. Allow each note to guide your breath into a slow, steady rhythm. Inhale serenity, exhale tension. Feel the music become a gentle current, carrying your awareness deeper into calm, relaxation, and profound stillness. During these years, Beethoven also engaged deeply with philosophical, spiritual, and existential ideas. Letters, conversations, and personal writings reveal a man contemplating the nature of existence, the purpose of art, and the role of the human spirit in confronting adversity. These reflections infused his compositions with meaning, transforming personal struggle into universal expression and revealing music as both a language of the soul and a bridge to the world. Envision a quiet afternoon, the outside world softened and distant as Beethoven contemplates life and music. Let your own mind sink into this same quietude. Each breath slows naturally, each exhale releases worry, each inhale brings clarity and calm. Your body is fully supported, every muscle relaxed, while your awareness flows alongside the unfolding story of thought and sound. The late symphonies of Beethoven illustrate his contemplative approach to life and music. Expansive movements, intricate counterpoint, and rich harmonic textures create works that are intellectually engaging and emotionally profound. They invite listeners to pause, reflect, and feel deeply, capturing both the complexity of human existence and the resilience of the human spirit. Let these symphonies wash over you like a gentle, enveloping presence. Each chord moves softly through your body, each harmonic shift a pulse of calm. Muscles release tension, the spine softens, eyelids grow pleasantly heavy, and your mind drifts into serene, quiet contemplation. Beethoven's late piano pieces reveal intimate moments of reflection, delicate lyricism, and subtle dialogue between musical voices. These works demonstrate his mastery of nuance, the ability to convey profound emotion with minimal means, and the courage to explore the depths of feeling in quiet, understated ways. Settle into this quiet listening, allowing the soft rhythms and delicate harmonies to wrap around you. Each note becomes a whisper of calm, guiding you deeper into relaxation. Your breath slows, awareness centers, and your body feels fully supported and at ease, carried by the gentle current of sound and imagination. Even in the face of declining health, Beethoven continued to create, compelled by an inner drive to express, explore, and communicate through music. His late works reflect a remarkable synthesis of experience, reflection, and technical mastery. They are music born of wisdom, resilience, and courage, a courageous confrontation with life's impermanence, human vulnerability, and the enduring power of imagination. Picture Beethoven at his desk, candlelight illuminating the pages of music, his mind alive with endless possibilities. Let your body mirror this calm focus. Each breath carries ease. Each exhale releases tension, and the flow of music guides your awareness gently into serenity. These years also reveal a profound acceptance of life's impermanence. Beethoven's music radiates introspective calm, moments of transcendence, and a sense of continuity beyond the self. His compositions demonstrate that creativity and reflection can coexist with struggle, that beauty can emerge even amid limitation, and that stillness can hold as much power as sound. Sink into a quiet, safe space, fully immersed in this sense of acceptance and serenity. Each inhale gathers calm, each exhale releases strain. Your body softens completely, every muscle fully supported. Allow the music and the story to guide your mind into gentle, meditative awareness, thoughts drifting lightly like clouds across a tranquil sky. Beethoven's late works and philosophical reflections offer insight not only into his life, but timeless guidance for all who listen. They encourage patience, contemplation, and the courage to embrace both struggle and joy. Let your awareness float along with the gentle current of sound, reflection, and profound serenity. Each note, each pause, each phrase becomes a guide, helping your body relax more deeply, your mind drift effortlessly, and your awareness settle into calm, restorative presence. The journey through Beethoven's late works is a meditative voyage, inviting rest, reflection, and a profound sense of ease and tranquility, where music, thought, and spirit converge into a quiet, enduring peace. As Beethoven's life drew to a close, his music had already begun to leave an indelible mark on the world. The symphonies, sonatas, quartets, and concertos he composed carried a depth of emotion and innovation that would inspire generations of musicians, composers, and listeners. His legacy was not simply in the notes he wrote, but in the courage, resilience, and vision that each composition embodied. A testament to the human spirit's capacity for creativity and perseverance. Envision yourself in a quiet concert hall, the air still, the audience hushed, as the first notes of a Beethoven symphony gently fill the space. Feel the vibration of sound resonate through your body, calming your muscles, softening your mind, and guiding your awareness into deep relaxation. Each note flows like a gentle wave, each phrase a soothing pulse, carrying your consciousness into a serene, receptive presence. Beethoven's music transcends time, culture, and circumstance, speaking directly to the heart of the human experience. It celebrates triumph over adversity, the pursuit of beauty, and the power of expression. His compositions reflect both personal struggle and universal truths, inviting listeners to explore their own emotions and reflections alongside the music. Follow a melody as it rises and falls, each note unfolding like a soft current. Sense your body sinking deeper, arms and legs growing heavy and comfortable, spine softening. With every exhale, release tension. With every inhale, draw in calm and ease. Let the music carry your mind and body effortlessly, a gentle presence surrounding and supporting you. Beethoven's influence extended beyond music itself. He challenged conventions, expanded the possibilities of composition, and inspired others to embrace creativity without compromise. His courage in facing deafness, solitude, and personal hardship became a model of resilience, demonstrating that adversity can coexist with greatness. Each composition becomes more than sound. It is a declaration of strength, a testament to the boundless potential of the human spirit. Picture the composer walking through a quiet city, his thoughts full of music and ideas, the cobblestones beneath his feet echoing softly with his inner rhythm. Feel the serenity of the scene settling into your own body. Each step is soft, each breath slow and steady, each heartbeat a gentle reminder of your own inner calm. Allow the story to envelop you, carrying your awareness into a deeply relaxed and reflective state. The legacy of Beethoven is also a reminder of the enduring power of perseverance. Even in the most challenging circumstances, he continued to create, innovate, and inspire. His late works reveal the depth of reflection, wisdom, and emotional insight that comes from a life fully engaged with both art and existence. In his music, struggle becomes beauty, limitation becomes possibility, and solitude becomes a fertile ground for innovation. Visualize a quiet evening as one of his late quartets flows softly through your awareness. Each movement moves like a gentle river, guiding your thoughts along its course. Allow your shoulders to relax, your jaw to unclench, and your muscles to release. Each note becomes a gentle invitation to drift further into calm, each pause a moment of peaceful reflection. Sense the way his music continues to ripple through time, touching hearts and minds across generations. Beethoven's music continues to resonate today, a testament to the enduring power of art to convey emotion, inspire change, and connect human beings across time and space. Whether in a grand concert hall or in the quiet solitude of personal listening, his compositions speak to something universal. A shared sense of hope, struggle, joy, and triumph. Every note holds the echo of his courage, every harmony reflects the depth of his soul, every pause invites contemplation and presence. Feel the gentle energy of inspiration spreading through your body. Your breath deepens naturally, each exhale releasing stress, each inhale bringing calm and clarity. Awareness expands softly, like sunlight spreading across a peaceful landscape, every part of your being supported, relaxed, and serene. Allow Beethoven's resilience, creativity, and unwavering vision to inspire a reflection of these qualities within yourself. Beethoven's legacy is also a profound lesson in the power of the human spirit. Despite immense personal challenges, he pursued his vision with unwavering commitment, creating works that continue to inspire awe and admiration. His life reminds us that courage, creativity, and determination can overcome even the most difficult obstacles. Let this truth settle gently into your awareness, a soft reassurance that strength, persistence, and expression reside within you as well. Sense the presence of this legacy within yourself. Let it inspire quiet strength, calm confidence, and a gentle appreciation for your own resilience. Each note, each melody, each chord becomes a soft guide, carrying your mind and body deeper into peace and relaxation, reminding you that the power of creativity is not only in art, but also in living fully, courageously and intentionally. As the story of Beethoven's life and music reaches its close, hear the final notes of a symphony fading into silence. Feel your body sinking further into comfort, muscles melting completely, breath steady and slow. Let your mind float gently in the calm space left behind, carried by the echoes of his creativity, courage, and insight. Beethoven's life was a journey of artistry, struggle, and triumph, a journey that continues to resonate, inspire, and guide. Rest here, fully supported, your mind peacefully serene. The music, the life, and the lessons of Beethoven linger softly, guiding you into profound calm and gentle reflection, where every note and every moment invites relaxation, serenity, and an enduring sense of inner peace. And now, as we reach the close of Beethoven's story, let the music slowly fade into a soft, lingering silence. The streets of Vienna, the quiet rooms where he composed, the grand concert halls, all dissolve into a serene space where only calm, reflection, and gentle awareness remain. Feel your body fully supported, every muscle softening, shoulders and jaw releasing, your arms and legs growing heavy and relaxed. With each breath, tension flows away, leaving behind a warm, restorative ease that settles deeply into every part of you. Beethoven's life reminds us that even in the face of immense challenges, loneliness, hardship, or limitation, creativity and courage can flourish. His music carries the essence of human resilience, the beauty of expression, and the quiet triumph of the spirit. A reminder that our own inner strength is always present. Allow the melodies to linger softly in the air, each note a gentle wave of calm, each pause a moment to release what no longer serves you. Your mind drifts along with the rhythm, your awareness softens, and your breath moves slow, deep, and steady, filling your body with serenity and ease. Let yourself reflect on the journey you've shared with Beethoven, from the first tentative notes in his youth, through the triumphs and challenges of his heroic period, to the profound introspection and wisdom of his late works. Feel the full arc of his life as a quiet, guiding presence, the story of perseverance, courage, and creative brilliance that continues to inspire. Notice the quiet power of his legacy, not only in the music that has endured for centuries, but in the lessons it offers, that even in the deepest silence there is sound, that even in solitude there is connection, that even in struggle there is the possibility of beauty, insight, and growth. Let these truths wash over you, softening tension and filling your awareness with gentle clarity. With every breath, feel a sense of completion and peace. Your body becomes heavier, more grounded, fully supported by the surface beneath you. Your mind drifts freely, unburdened, floating in the gentle current of calm awareness. Each remembered note of Beethoven's compositions carries you further into stillness, each imagined pause a soft invitation to sink deeper into comfort. Now, as the story of Beethoven's life and music settles softly around you, allow your consciousness to rest fully. The courage, creativity, and humanity that defined him remain as a quiet presence within you, a subtle light guiding your awareness towards serenity. Every inhale brings ease, every exhale releases tension, and every heartbeat is a gentle reminder of calm and reflection. Finally, let the echoes of Beethoven's art dissolve into a profound sense of inner peace. The music, the life, and the legacy of this extraordinary composer linger as a soft, inspiring presence, carrying you into a state of deep, restorative calm. Your mind is quiet, your body completely relaxed, and your awareness is filled with a gentle sense of completion, reflection, and serenity that will stay with you softly long after the last note fades.